Wow, okay guys, I just figured out basic math. If you turn down the light of your screen, you don't get super reflection in your glasses. Aren't I brilliant? Okay, I was asked if I would do a video on Loki and how to go about starting to work with him. Okay, since hopefully a lot of people will get to see this, a lot of people that want to start to work with Loki, and thank you to the person that asked me. Feel free to give yourself a shout out below. First thing I would say is make sure you know why you want to work with Loki, and I'm not saying that in judgmental ways. None of my business why you want to work with him, but just know why, because most of you are going to be pretty sincere and I'm not going to have to worry for you, but there's always going to be that one person that's going to want to play poke the bear and let's see if Loki's real. Oh, he's real, and those are going to be the people that are going to have horror stories on the net because they played poke the bear with Loki, and Loki showed up and he wasn't amused and they had no idea what to do once he showed up. Because if there's one thing you should never ever do, and it's in one of the books on him, and it's serious. Do not try to banish Loki. It's do not banish Loki. Don't make fun of him. Don't banish him. Those are like the only two rules you ever have to make, remember with him. But I don't tell you that stuff ahead of time to scare you. He's a wonderful god to work with, but there's always going to be that very small segment that's like, the kind of people that go to the zoo and they got to torment the big animals like the tigers and that because they're in a cage and they think it can't get hurt. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Okay. Yeah, no one will get hurt. No one's laptop will explode, as the article says. All right, so how do you go about meeting him? Well, I would say if you've been interested in him and you're feeling like he's making contact, you're having dreams, or a lot of Loki stuff is coming up in your life lately, and it's been like a case of either you've been seeking it out or he's been seeking you out. I'd say one ritual that I liked that I came across years ago and works for a lot of people, and a lot of people have adapted, is one guy called it a tea party for the gods. And basically he did it to work with Voodoo and Loa, but it works for anyone. And you can adapt it for just one god just fine. You would set out beverage of your choice. And I'm going to say set out your favorite beverage because I would say make this a chance for Loki to get to know you. And that way too, Loki's gonna get to know what to expect from you. Like, I run a dry house, so Loki knows what to expect from me. For example, what I set out is not gonna be what the next person sets out. So set out, say, the beverage of your choice, put on some relaxing music, and then you can go from there. You can just talk to him, you can go into meditation if you want, you can do whatever your background does to greet a god or to put up words if you want. I don't know if your background does like cast a circle. We used to do that in the old days. No, they say nobody does it anymore. They're like, oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that anymore. So I don't know if you kids cast circles anymore or whatever you do, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And once you feel that he's there, just talk to him for a while. Be polite, just, keep it to like a comfortable length. Just get to know each other at first. Have a couple of these talks. I wouldn't say get into what I want right away. Like what your wants and needs are right away. It's just like if you meet another person. If you meet a person, say you want to become friends with, if the first thing you do is you walk up to this person and you say, I want this, 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 and this from you, they're probably going to bail on you right then and there. And if you do that to Loki the first time you meet him, he's probably just going to raise an eyebrow and go, oh, really? And I'm giving this to you, why? And he's a really great god to work with. He's very extremely patient with his people, but at the same time, you do want to spend that time getting to know him. Some other advice I'd offer is don't run out and buy a whole ton of stuff at first. Make sure you like each other. The one book I have by, I think it's by Gail Krasinova. I'm not sure if she's the author or not, but it's one of the ones on Amazon. One of the articles says he's very easy God to get to come to talk to you. He will talk to just about anyone. There are very few people on the planet he won't talk to. You have to really get on his last nerve for him to not talk to you. But the trouble is getting him to go away. So you do want to find out if you like him. So the last thing you want to do is like make him extremely, extremely at home and then find out you can't stand him, because he is a lot to handle. He's a lot to handle. And you guys have seen I've posted the good time stuff, and I've posted the stuff where he's driving me absolutely nuts, and I'm like, Loki, I might love you, but honey, I'm gonna kill you. And you know, that's life with any god. You're gonna have your ups and downs. But yeah, to get to meet him, he's really easy to meet. I would say make it really laid back. You don't have to lay out a grand altar. You can do an altar ceremony later once you know each other and once you feel you want to take it further. But I would say do something casual like that. The guy had called it like coffee with the gods. Just do like a simple thing with drinks. You could put out snacks if you like. Just talk. Play the kind of music you like. Let Loki get to know you. Let him get to know the kind of person you really are. You know, don't put on a front for him. Don't try to be what you think he would be impressed with. Be who you really are. The last thing he wants is for you to put on music you don't like, or eat foods you don't like, or put out drinks you don't like because you're trying to impress him, or whatever. And, you know, in my experience, cheaper the better, whatever. I mean, if all you can put out is tap water and you're playing the local radio station and you don't have anything to offer for food at the moment, you know, he's okay with that. He's okay. He's been there, remember that, you know, the stories we have. So he's been there. More than one story he was starving and hungry, so he, you know, he knows. So yeah, just get to know him for a while first. And then as your relationship progresses, if you want to work with him, then you can like get the altar gear. And for that, I would actually say take him shopping. And I'm not the only author, I said in my articles, and like I say here, take him shopping. See what colors he wants from you. See what candles he wants from you. You may get traditional colors, you may get something else. See what incense he wants from you. The worst thing you can do is stockpile all this traditional stuff, have him come look at it and go, I hate that. I don't like it. I don't want that. Go get this color. So, I mean, usually he won't. Usually he'll work with what he has. But still, I mean, it's a lovely experience to take him out and, like, even if you don't film with you, you'll feel a nudge. You'll feel, I should get this color. I should get this and this and this. And if you're worried about what people will say, my honest advice would be, and I'm not saying this mean, I'm saying this from experience, don't tell other people. If he's like asking for aquamarine table cover and a pink glittery candle and like, I don't know, asparagus to eat, and none of this makes sense, give it to him. And if you're like really embarrassed and you don't understand, and this is what Loki wants only from you, and he wants like a statue of My Little Pony, hey, if he's happy and he's taking care of you, and that's your proof. If he's taking care of you and your life's steadily getting better and you're just having all this, you know, your life is getting better and your relationship's getting stronger, don't worry about, you know, whether it's traditional or not. I've never seen a god that more delights in going against any of the set rules set out for him than Loki. That's why I try not to give anybody like color lists. I'll share what I've used, but it's like, I'm not handing you a list. It's like, oh, look, you know, look what actually worked, but it's not a list. But yeah, I hope that helped, and I hope that gives you a starting point. And just, you know, whatever helped in the video, take it. Whatever you don't agree with, you know, feel free to leave it behind. Anything you have to do to adapt to your tradition, Feel more than welcome to adapt it to your tradition. Remember, I'm a witch, I'm not a heathen. What I'm gonna do when I go into ritual is gonna be different, and since I've been doing it for decades, what I'm gonna do is gonna be vastly different than when I first started. When I first started, I was so nervous, so precise. Everything had to be just so. And then the older you get, you're more relaxed, you're more relaxed, you're more relaxed. And then after a while, your rituals are so organic, it's like it's not even a religion anymore. It's part of your daily life. It's something you do. You light the candle, you talk to the God. It's like it's not your religion anymore. It's just part of your life. So I hope that helps, and I hope the video finds you well, and I will see you all next time. Blessed be.